Hello, Electromaniacs. This is... And you're listening to... the Underground Electro Show that it is on air on Mondays from 9 to 11 p.m. on Contacto Sintético webpage and streaming on Facebook. You can also listen to us on SoundCloud, Mixcloud, iTunes, Hearthis or Electronpire. Tonight we have a special show dedicated to Electrocamp, the electro party that we had in Valencia the last 22nd of July in the Hall in the Valley, where we were DJing together with artists such as ADJ, Enter, Spy DJ, Xavi the Butcher, Latian Go, Paul Jones, Gerson, Wavelet, and Jesus CTJ. We had visitors such as Darkseid or Dark Vector, so there was a huge electro gathering. Tonight we're bringing you guys the first part of this special anthology, Electrocamp, dedicated to ADJ in this first show, and his DJ set, the set of the party, as well as an interview taking with him about his massive trajectory in the electro scene. ADJ, electro DJ and producer, promoter, founder of Pyramid Transmissions record label, presenter of the radio show with the same name, Pyramid Transmissions, and former record shop owner, talks to us before his performance. So enjoy. Here we are. His interview, ADJ. Hi guys, we are here in Electrocamp in Spain, in the Hall in the Valley. Right in front of us, we have the legendary DJ, producer and former radio presenter, former records store owner and founder of an electro record label. He is ADJ, veteran electro activist for around 30 years from London. We just need to take this opportunity to ask him some questions. Hi Andy.
Hello, how you doing, Laura?
We are so glad to have you here in Spain in this amazing party.
It's beautiful. In the sunshine, loads of nice people, loads of nice music.
So we'd like to ask you a little bit about your trajectory as in the electro scene, as a producer, as a DJ, as a promoter, as a radio presenter. So as you're a veteran, how did you started in this style? How did you discover electro music?
I kind of sort of started this, I was into sort of all the funk and breakbeats and rare groove stuff that sort of started the b-boy scene and stuff. And then my brother sort of, in about 1981, bought a few electro records and I started hearing them, and then that was it. I started changing my musical styles. It was just a natural progression, I think, through hip-hop breaks into just listening to old breakbeats in the 70s and 80s, and then moving on into electro and listening to Kraftwerk and Ryuichi Sakamoto. In the early 80s, music was wicked. Even pop music like Depeche Mode, who crossed over, it was all done on 808s. It was all electro-based. It was wicked. So yeah, that's pretty much where I started and how I started with my musical tastes.
And how did you start to or when did you start to mix as a DJ? How did you start as a DJ?
I sort of, because I was a record collector, I always think of myself as a music collector before I think of myself as a DJ.
Okay.
Because I always start, before I was ever mixing, I collected music that I like. So I've always still had that attitude to my mixing, and then it was just a natural progression. Probably 1983, 1984, getting a pair of turntables and just having a little jam, learning what I was doing. There wasn't really anyone back then who could mix that well, so you had to learn yourself. It was the hard way, man. 1210s didn't exist then, so we had these old Technics turntables with little wheel pitches on. You couldn't really move the records back and forward that much, but you learned the way of how to mix rhythms and how not to mix rhythms. So yeah, it was all new back then. There wasn't any DJs that we had that we could listen to on the radio and go, wow, listen to that guy. You might get a few videos of some scratch DJs and stuff. So it was just trying to learn, and then later on, maybe in the mid-80s, when the sort of acid house craze started, about 86, 87, then you heard DJs mixing a little bit more proper, and I sort of listened to some really early DJs in that scene playing acid house and techno, and some of them were still playing electro and freestyle. That was a way of me learning how to put these mixes together. So all the music that I've been playing for a few years, that taught me how to actually then put these things together in a set. So and then my whole thing's just evolved from that, and yeah.
And when did you start to mix in clubs? Or
probably about 86, 85, 86. I did my first party in 86.
All underground, or
yeah, it was.
Were you a resident in some club, or?
We used to do, probably from about 87 to 88. We used to do nights down in a club in Brighton and a club in Hastings. We used to play various one-off nights in London. It was still sort of a fledgling scene then until the techno craze took off, and then we still incorporated all of our electro into that. So yeah, it was just, and then I started getting residencies in the early 90s all over London, and then had residencies in Birmingham in the 90s and stuff. So yeah, it just started evolving from there. Going to play in the States, going to play in Europe in the 90s, playing some new music, because we had the record shop back then, and we were part of doing the new school electro scene. So we took this everywhere. We took it back to America and played them electro, and they're like, what's this? It's like, this comes from here, but you've all forgotten. Listen to this. So yeah, it's nice.
Awesome. And how did you start to make music as a producer?
I think I started probably not till about 1990 when I started messing around with stuff. One of my really good friends for years, my friend InSync, used to make the most amazing analog electro and techno stuff in the 90s, and he got a studio, and I just started jamming with him and learning how to use synths. We had no computers back then, we just had analog sequencers, a few drum machines and a few synths, and just playing around and working out what we were doing. So he sort of took off a lot more, but around about 94, 95 is when I properly finished some tracks that I'm like, okay, now I know what I'm doing properly. So started around 90, playing around, jamming with my friends, and then I started buying pieces of kit myself.
Because even you founded a record label?
Yeah, in 95, Analogic, yeah, which was electro and techno.
And also you've been releasing with Andrea Parker's?
Yeah, on Touching Bass, and I had my Pyramid Transmissions label with my partner Pathic, who I think you know, John. Yeah, and I've recorded for AR. Man, I can't remember how many labels I've recorded for now. It's really nice. People like my music. It's like, thank you guys. Cheers.
So, as a veteran, in those years, how do you think electro scene evolved?
I think it's gone in so many different cycles of up and down, but the true core of it has always been, it's just stayed there. There's been places where it's gone quite low and down. There's only a few people doing it, and then there's times when it's almost become commercial with electro clash and stuff like this. But the underground in this music, more than any other music, has just stayed there, and it's always progressed, and that everyone likes listening to everybody else. That's the beauty of this scene. everybody likes going out and just standing there and listening to other people playing, listening to the tracks that other people are putting out, and then we all get ideas and nobody tries to copy each other. It moves forward. It's always moved forward.
There's no ego.
There's no superstars in this one. If you want to be a superstar, go away and be the Swedish Mouse Mafia or something. You know what I mean?
And how do you think electro style, the style of electro evolved?
I think the style there's always been people that have kept it to the core, the very old school way of the 808 drum machine and the sort of Roland synth sound, which is brilliant because that's what everything comes from, and there's still people who make really good music and people who keep it at that core, but it's gone in so many different directions. It's mixed with IDM. When the jungle stuff came out, they used all the jungle programming and like really dirty like electro music. It can go almost ambient. It can go so many things. This rhythm, it's not just a it can do so many things, and it can make so much different music, so it constantly evolves. There's always someone who's making something you're like, I've never heard that before, that's wicked.
Really?
Always. Every week I find another piece of music, I'm like, I've never heard anything like that, that's fresh, that's wicked.
Do you think electro music is one of the most versatile styles?
Of course, without a doubt, the most versatile. With this you can do, it's not just a beat, it's a way of looking at making music. To me it's freedom, because you don't have to be anything. You can make 100 different styles of this music. It all falls under the family of electro. It's all part of the same thing. It can do a million different things.
You don't depend on commercial or financial.
It's not. People make this because they love it, right?
Exactly.
Because it has the freedom to do this. You wouldn't make this music if you wanted to make money out of it, because we all do this for fun. You get a few gigs paying and all that. It's all good, man. We do this because this is our love.
Some producers, they say that electro didn't evolve enough.
Oh man, well they haven't heard us guys play then, have they?
So yeah, you have another different opinion.
That's
right?
My simple answer to that. Come here and have a listen, because you've got about 15 brilliant DJs playing electro music you've never wished you would ever hear. So come along if you don't believe. Simple.
Well, maybe some people get fed up or
have an opinion without listening. That's not right. Come and listen and then have an opinion.
And how was electro before? Because you've been here like for 30 years or even more. So how was electro style before?
It's been quite crazy. The whole start of it in the 80s was more, or it was the birth of hip hop. The first hip hop records weren't hip hop; they were electro. All of them for 4 or 5 years. It was a whole scene. It was brilliant. Graffiti, MCs, DJs, breaking, B-boys, everything. It was a really fresh new thing. It was loads of kids from the ghetto going, look, we haven't got anything, but look what we can do. And now they've made a multi-billion-dollar industry out of it.
Yeah.
You know. So at the start, it was pretty much like that. Then in the 90s, the end of the 80s and the sort of start of the 90s, it was a much more Detroit influenced kind of thing. Detroit were the main people in the late 80s and the early 90s, and maybe some people from Miami like Dynamix 2 and them guys. I think that with Underground Resistance and Orcs 88 and all that, I think they kept it kind of going for the 90s. And then it sort of picked once it came over here to England. Well, we're in Spain right now, but once it came to England, then it went in a whole new direction. We had this whole UK electro sound in the early 90s of Carl Finlow and Bitstream and the Two Lone Swordsmen and the Electrocute guys and Scuzzy Records and all this fantastic stuff. And the mid-90s for me was the best time. Every country was making electro. There was stuff coming from everywhere. Loads of New York labels, Serotonin, Chromatics, EMS, all these guys. There was Freddie Fresh and all these guys in Minneapolis. There was all the guys in Miami doing stuff. There was loads of people in Detroit doing stuff, people in Berlin, people everywhere were making electro. That was the best time for me, from about early 90s up until the late 90s. It was even 2000s. It was just kicking off everywhere.
So do you miss those years?
A little bit, because it was so big. There was people coming I used to go many places. I've been lucky enough this year to come and play for you and play in many places. It's been really nice. But back then, I used to have people from America and people from Europe coming to stay with me in London all the time and playing with us and playing at other parties that Haywire were putting on and other people were putting on. And then everyone would be going and mixing, and it was this was when the electro forums on the internet had just started. So everybody had just connected and everybody's like, oh, we're doing parties. Wow. It was a really, really exciting time.
So what do you miss the most? Do you
That's
really
what I miss,
that?
the worldwide connection of everything. Now we still have this now with the internet, but I think because it's such a small thing, we the one difference is back then there were so many people that were into electro and people who knew the history of it. Now a lot of the places I go and play, I played in Berlin last week, there were 700 people in the club dancing to electro, which was wicked. But they're all sort of 25s, which is really good. We're getting young people in it, but they don't know the history. So we've sort of lost all the people that know the history, so we need some of them as well. That's what I miss the most, the people who know the history of where this come from and what we went through to get this music to people. Because there was times when nobody was playing this and people were like, what the fuck are you playing? I was like, have a listen. And then 10 years later they're like, man, them records you sold me in your record shop, they're amazing. I was like, oh no, I told you 10 years ago, dude. Catch up with the times, you know.
And how have you evolved?
Me?
Yeah.
I think
from the early years.
I think I've evolved in. I've always liked to experiment with stuff, and I've always looked for, when I'm DJing, I've always, like I said, I'm a music collector. So I've always tried to look for the new thing, for something that everybody else hasn't got, that not everybody else is playing. So I think back in the early years there was only a certain amount of stuff and sort of one style of electro that you could play, but now there's so many different styles of music, and I'm lucky to know so many fantastic artists and DJs, and I just want to play their music. And now I find that I've got a really unique sound that nobody else has, but I think everybody else has that. But it's just I like to play music that I think nobody else has got. Some of it they'll have. Everybody's got.
How do you see yourself as a producer? Like,
I'm a DJ first. I'm a record collector first, DJ second, then a producer third. I really like the music I write, otherwise I wouldn't write it, but I listen to other people's stuff every day and I'm like, I wish I would have wrote that. Really wish I'd have wrote that, because that's wicked. So that's what gives me something as a producer. I've always tried to, I never get stuck in one thing. I always try and move forward and do different things all the time and try different things, because I'm lucky to have music that I can listen to that makes me go, wow.
You have been going on with electro without stop. What is the secret of not getting fed up of electro music? Because some people...
Be diverse. Don't just get stuck in one sound. Electro isn't, like we said earlier, electro isn't just one thing. If you got stuck in that one little thing which you think... Sometimes, I'm going to say this, sometimes people can get a little bit too purist. It's like, it has to be that. I love purist electro, it's what I grew up on, it's my soul, it's my life. But don't just get stuck on that. Let it grow, let it expand, let it do lots of different things. That's how I don't get bored of it.
Well, I suppose that some people that get fed up of putting so much effort of the style and not getting anything back, because it's so underground and there's no public, there's no people, there's no...
I understand this,
so
I know.
And lots of effort
I know.
for nothing.
This is where the actual love comes in. This is either what you are or you're not. Like I said, there's been many times in my life when nobody was playing this and everybody thought I was mad. But it's what I love, it's what I play. I can't play some music that I don't like. This is what I want to play, and this music's so good it needs to be heard by people.
Any plan for the future?
Yes, keep making music, keep playing music, keep meeting lovely people, keep going to many places as I can, and put on parties with all my favourite artists. Yeah, that's about it.
That's great. Will you release an upcoming reference release soon?
Yes, I've got a vinyl EP coming out on a label called Further Electronics in London, which will be out in about 4 to 6 weeks. It's supposed to be out in July, but it's just been put back a bit. yeah, so that's a 4-track final EP, electro EP. Then I've got Pyramid Transmissions EP coming out as soon as I get my head, as soon as I get my arse in gear and do it.
And any upcoming event as a producer, as a DJ?
I'm going to, I've just been playing quite a few gigs. I'm going to America in August to play for my old bros Outside Recordings, who I haven't seen for 10 years because I got deported for something silly. But hey ho, we won't say anything about that. So it's my first time I've seen my bros for 10 years, and they're my homes, and they're my family. So I'm going to play for Outside, and then I think I'm playing at Tippers Festival in Missouri when I'm there, and I think I'm playing in Houston, Texas. So man, it's nice. It's thank you, Electro. Thank you, people. I like doing this, man. You're all wicked.
I'm sure we will enjoy so much the gig of tonight.
Yeah, so will I. I'm looking forward to hearing everybody. Thank you, Laura.
Bye.
Thanks.
fun, fun. A freak, freak, the fun, freak, freak, the fun, fun. You got it. A freak, freak, the fun, freak, freak, the fun, fun. A freak, freak, the fun, freak, freak, the fun, fun. You got it. A freak, freak, the fun, freak, freak, the fun, fun. A freak, freak, the fun, freak, freak, the fun, fun. You got it. A freak, freak, the fun, freak, freak, the fun, fun. A freak, freak, the fun, freak, freak, the fun, fun. You got it. A freak, freak, the fun, freak, freak, the fun, fun. A freak, freak, the fun, freak, freak, the fun, fun. You got it. A freak, freak, the fun, freak, freak, the fun, fun. A freak, freak, the fun, freak, freak, the fun, fun. You got it.
Feel the funk, baby, 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 funk, baby,
Driving for an electro world. Rock, electro.
chronic, super 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 chronic.
this is the end of tonight's show. We hope you enjoyed a DJ's interview with all the interesting things he said to us. And we hope you enjoyed his DJ set recorded from the party as much as we enjoyed in Electro Camp. We have to go now, but we'll be back as always on Mondays from 9 to 11 on Contacto Sintetico webpage and Facebook streaming. Enjoy our style. Never forget to love and activism. And see you next week. Bye.
Electrodos.